This could be it, guys. Sir Alonne, the final boss left in this challenge. We're doing all the DLCs in Company of Champions and New Game Plus, and I saved Sir Alonne for last. Largely because I think the FromSoft game I'm going to play after this is Sekiro. And, I mean, come on, this is the most Sekiro-like fight in the game. And I thought about how I want to fight Alonne. And since Sekiro, I've never played Sekiro, but I think it's all about like sword duels. So I'm not going to use a strike weapon as my primary weapon, even though I think he's weak to strike and very resistant to slash. Now I could use the Drake Keeper's sword, but it doesn't really have a stab option. And if I use the regular longsword, I can two-hand it on the fly to do stabbing, which will be better. But I also have a mace in my left hand, and I can power stance it so that I can attack with both it and my longsword at the same time, so I'm still kind of fighting with my sword. I hope he's not too resistant to slash. I know he has a reputation for really resisting slash, at least that's what the wiki said. But yeah, sword and shield, two-handed sword, sword and mace, we're going to try to go with that. I have not attempted this run back yet this playthrough. I know I have like 155,000 souls, but I'm just going to accept that I'll die with them because I don't have anything left to spend money on. This is it. Yeah, this is it. How many human effigies do I have? 74. Just gonna burn through one every single time I die. Yeah. Make sure I have the right stuff equipped. Mace, longsword. Yeah. Don't know what else to say. Let's attempt this run back. First attempt of getting to Sir Alonne. What if we just won on our first try? Then it wouldn't even be a run back, it would just be a run. So I remember this being brutal, but you know, I exaggerate a lot in my memories of how hard stuff was, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's just eat a green blossom. Don't hit me with that one cannot reside in memory for long. That makes it seem like I have a limited amount of time to fight him. Just please no slowdown spells like with the Smelter Demon. Oh, that is lovely. Are we just never going to have full Estus fighting him? Because we're just always going to have to do something like this? Oh yeah, I remember you don't want to fall through the hole. But maybe you do, I don't know. Is that it? Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought. Do I have time to prep? Okay, they don't come. They respect it. Sometimes NPCs don't respect it. So I used 2 Estus. I could probably get away with the run back without... Oh, come on. I thought you guys were respecting my getting to the door. Alright. Nope, they're still not respecting it. Dude, I'm just trying to life gem up so that I don't have to use up Estus. Are they just gonna come kill me? Dude, you guys can't... You're not allowed to go past there. You respect that I'm at the boss door. Are we done? Alright, let's just go through. Guess I just can't do my buffs. No time to apply my resin, I guess. Oh, that does damage. The wiki might have over-exaggerated. Let's just shield a bunch of attacks to get a sort of grip on what he does. Like, can anything just bust through my shield? Oh, he is doing bleed damage to me. I noticed that. I am slowly losing health, but not much. 2 attacks, and a swipe. Let's try to memorize as much as we can. That's probably a grapple. That has grapple written all over it. So ideally we want to learn to dodge the attacks so that we can have better openings to attack ourselves. So he likes to do that from across the room. That's interesting. Okay, when he backs off, he's about to charge in. He loves charging in. Loves charging in. Huge fan of charging. That's probably a grapple. That just seems like the kind of attack where he'd stab you through the chest and lift you up, like the Pursuer. Because the Pursuer's sword glows before his stab grapple. Huh. Most accounts, or most characters with normal stamina couldn't shield this well. I'm going to try to use a life gem when I get the opportunity. Oh, that's not even quite a healing chance. Interesting. When are the healing chances going to be? Okay, he's got a projectile. Ooh, I barely had time to dodge that. So is that looks like a healing chance when he thrusts. But he has like several attacks that look similar. Like that. I think that's a healing chance. Let's test the theory. So that time he didn't thrust at the end. That was a slow wind up. I guess that's a healing chance, but it's hard to tell. It's hard to know for sure. Let's just get our health slowly back up while we learn his attacks a bit. Okay, so it's not necessarily safe after he does a thrust attack. We're learning. We're learning. It's going to be way harder to survive when we actually start attacking ourselves. Okay, it seems like it's not always safe after he thrusts. That is not a rule by any means. Ooh, that was lucky. It's hard to know like when is a safe healing chance for certain. Like after the glow attack, is that always safe? So far that's been safe. I gotta memorize the safe healing chance. That's the most important thing to learn. Maybe a stab that's the end of a 3-hit combo is always safe. Ah, it's hard to tell though. Like, what's the common denominator of the safe healing chances? That was not safe. Still don't know what happens if you get hit by that. That might be a grapple. This is kind of scary because I don't know when the safe healing chances are. Like I'm trying to memorize it, but it's not quite clicking. So that time he had a long charge up. Does that mean it's safe? Maybe it's based on the length of his charge up. So long wind up into thrust equals safe. But that looked pretty safe. We're learning, we're learning. Just learning with less deaths. So that is definitely not safe every time. The glowy thrust attack, even though it seems like it would be. So wind up into a thrust, is that safe? Hard to tell. It was that time, but it might not be every time. That seems pretty safe, the quick attack where he suddenly comes in. Okay, okay. You know what? That's kind of scary because we just blocked him for like 5 minutes straight, and I still don't know how to tell when it is safe to heal. I'm trying to learn the safe healing chances. I'm just gonna try actually fighting him and see if something clicks. You never know. Something could click. Something could click. So hopefully the run back is as possible as it was the first time. The only time where I feel confident it's safe to heal is after he very quickly thrusts across the stage with almost little time to react, like almost none. And I feel like that would mechanically make sense because it's like the game's rewarding you for predicting and dodging his really quick rush across the stage by giving you a chance to heal. Sometimes you have to think about it mechanically, like the healing chances are the times when it would make sense to reward the player with a chance to heal. Like you dodged a really quick attack that you had to anticipate, now you get a chance to drink your Estus. That would just make sense. So I was gonna do something, but I forget what it was. Oh well. Probably remember during the boss fight. Oh yeah, I was gonna equip that. Well, at least there doesn't seem to be a time limit on the boss, like the cannot reside in memory for long would suggest, because we were able to just block him for like 5 straight minutes. Try to get through without using up an Estus. Not that we won't like freaking die. But the scary thing about this boss is that he was clearly balanced without Company of Champions in mind, which means the fact that it's really hard to tell when you have a healing chance could definitely be because it expects you to get hit a ton of times and therefore doesn't feel the need to give you a good healing chance. Okay, we don't have to use any Estus necessarily to get to him, so that's good. We can have our 12. Let's try to actually fight him now. Dude, my shield is so good that it doesn't even break my guard. I'm not gonna find out what happens if you get hit with that. Man, it's hard to see him when he comes out of the shadows. That might be a safe healing chance, but it depends. Okay, I think that's a safe healing chance. Nope, not necessarily. That's crazy. Maybe it just depends. How does it decide though? There has to be a rule to it. It can't just be random, right? How do I know when it's safe to heal? Maybe it's safe to heal like when he's not attacking. Maybe it's like a weird counterintuitive thing like that. Maybe you just have to hope he doesn't freaking kill you. That seems like a safe chance. Okay, I think that might be safe when he does the big wind-up. Dude, I thought I shielded in time. Okay, we gotta look for a safe chance. Good thing about having a shield is it makes it easier to wait for a safe chance to heal. See, I think after that might be the only time it's safe. Not that thrust, but after the one where he finishes up high. He sort of gets low, then finishes up high. Wait for that. Maybe it's every time he finishes up high. Just trying to think of something to think about. Yeah, like there. No, that's not necessarily safe either. Wow. When is it a safe chance to heal? That's a must to figure out if I'm going to win. That's usually step number 1 of beating a hard boss. What are the healing opportunities? So, one thing I noticed is that when I said, oh, this is safe, oh no, it's not safe, and then I died, thinking that it was a safe chance, I might have actually been correct that those are your chances, but you might have to just heal faster than I did. In other words, you might have to start healing a little bit before you even know that it's a healing chance, if that makes any sense. Like, as soon as I know I'm not going to get hit by that attack, I don't have time to wait until he finishes the attack. Like, I don't have time to wait and see like, oh yeah, he finished up high. I just have to trust that based on my observation of the wind-up that it's going to be the one that finishes up high, for example. It's going to be the one that gives me the healing chance. And I have to start drinking my flask at the very moment that I know that it's a healing chance. Ooh, nice. Got out of that time. Have time to do 1 life gem before they drop down. Gotta optimize my stamina bar so I have enough stamina to run to the end. Now I don't have to stop. Okay, the run back is not nearly as bad as I thought. Maybe I just wasn't good at the game when I did this the first time. Okay. Let's test our theory. We have to figure out the anatomy of a healing chance before we have a chance at winning this fight. But first we have to get hurt, so let's just have fun until we get hit. Ooh. Ooh, that was a nasty delay. Okay, let's test our theory. So you gotta start healing right before. That's the ticket. You start healing when you know you're out of range and when you know. See, because you can be out of range. You can know that he's not gonna get to you. He has a fairly predictable range. So you can't wait to see that it's the correct attack. You have to know it based on just the wind up to the attack. That's how you heal safely. So I'll test it with a life gem here. Well, now I can't use life gems, gotta use Estus. See, and I start healing right away. Now I have time to shield. Before I wouldn't have, because I waited to see what the finish on the attack was. See, now I can heal because I did it right away. Just enough time to block. This is fun. Okay, wait till he's away from you so you can do the healing chance. He didn't do what I thought. See, he did a projectile instead. That messed me up. Ooh, I took my shield off right before he hit me, because I was trying to roll away and heal. But I wasn't as far away as the last times that worked, so it didn't actually work. We're figuring this out. We're figuring this out. And we're having a good time. This is way more fun than getting lost looking for keys and stuff. I'd rather puzzle together a fight than get lost. But I do enjoy the sort of dungeon crawling elements of this game. But I will say, when I was playing this game for the first time, the getting lost was more fun because it was my first time seeing the world. Now it's like I've seen the whole world, and the fun part is having more difficult fighting in the world with the challenge run. 1, 2, 3. Life gem, and they're gonna drop down and stab me that time because it can't be the same every time apparently, and I'm dead on the run back. Ooh, first run back death. Good to know that guy can just drop down. It's happened 1 out of 3 times so far. Oh man, we're already 22 minutes into the video. I am not going to be able to beat this in one video, am I? But that would just be so perfect. If part 20 was Fume Night, part 21 was Smelter Demon, then part 22 beating Sir Alonne, the finale. But that would be a little too good to be true. Especially since that was not how it worked out in the Ivory King DLC, because the last boss part had to be split up into like me just getting my bearings in the frigid outskirts, and then like hours later I was recording when like I finally figured out what the heck I was doing. Okay, now it's life gem and hope the electric sword guy doesn't jump down and stab us this time. Don't want to find out what happens if I fall down there. Oh, that is freaking great. Oh, it's freaking great. I just want to fight the boss, dude. The boss is so fun, and I gotta do this run back, dude. If it wasn't for this run back, this might be a more enjoyable learning fighting experience than the Fume Night. But the run back is part of these games, especially Dark Souls 2. And sometimes it's necessary. For example, beating the Lud and Zalin, or whatever the frigid outskirt boss is called, that would not feel nearly as adrenaline pumping if it wasn't for the massive run back before it. So the run back does add to the experience. But for certain fights where it's more of a duel and it's complicated what you have to do, I feel like having no run back is a little more enjoyable for the player. I support the run back for frigid outskirts because it's supposed to be like you're doing an entire gauntlet, like an arcade game with a final boss at the end. Ooh, that was lucky. Hopefully no one comes behind me and I can just kind of chill here while doing my life gems. Now, let's do the final stretch here. Oh, it almost hit me. Okay, almost back to the boss again. Now hopefully they let us actually heal this time before the boss door. they respect it, and then they try to shoot me in the back while I'm trying to do my buffs before the boss. Now let's take what we learned about healing chances. Yeah. Dude, I can't even apply my pine resin. Whatever. Let's just limp into the boss room. Okay, good start. Oh, he almost kicked down my shield. Good thing I have level 80 endurance. That was not a completely safe chance. I think it depends on what he decides to do. Now I'm going to try to look for a healing chance. You got to get him very far away and then start healing before he even charges. Like now. Except that time he went more distance because I wasn't quite as far away as I thought. So... okay. It'd be nice if those stupid enemies didn't shoot me with the bows right as I'm trying to get in the boss room. Because then I could have applied my pine resin, and then I could just enter the fight with the buff, and I would have gotten into, like, way less of his health than I just did. You know what, I think... should I even have the mace in my quick select? Because it's a lot of learning now, and am I really going to want to drop my shield? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna drop the mace because every little bit less equipment load just gives me a little bit more stamina regen. So if I know I'm not gonna use something, I should take it off. So it's just gonna be a sword duel here. Now, does Sir Alonne have a second phase? I don't quite remember. Ooh, we made it down there without getting hurt. We might have a hitless run here to the boss. Never mind. Those are the same guys in Iron Keep who just charge really fast. Okay, I'm gonna try to apply my buffs this time. Seems like they give you like a minute before they start shooting you with arrows. Oh, come on. Gotta use another life gem. Okay. Sorry. Didn't quite get to shoot me in the back. Ooh. Way more damage. Oh, I just realized it's my like sort of it's hard to explain. Ooh, that's not a safe healing chance. Got lucky there. I'm looking for a safe chance. You gotta get really far away. Then start healing. Yeah, that's how you do it. Start healing before he fails to reach you. Looking for another healing chance. Okay, get really far away. That's not far enough away. It has to be like really far away. Okay, like now. Nope. That wasn't far enough away. I guess it's, maybe he doesn't charge the same distance every time. Once I figure out a consistent way to heal when I need to, that's when I can get really deep into the fight. But I don't like to try to go deep into fights until I have a foundation for how to do it without being lucky. If I get lucky, that's awesome, but... what am I doing? Why am I going into the menu? Okay, whatever. You know, I just had a crazy thought. Since his kick doesn't quite get rid of my stamina bar, I wonder if I could win the whole fight by just shielding and never getting hit once. Because I don't think he has anything that is terribly successful at busting through my shield. Let me try it. It'd be kind of stupid if it worked, almost like disappointing, but I want to try it though, because I want to see like if I could get through a long stretch of the fight like that, if I had to. Let's do an experiment. Okay, pretty good run back. Alright, now leave me alone. Okay, no one's shooting me this time. Let's see if we can just shield the entire fight and see if he can just never break through our massive stamina. Of course, we have a green blossom right now, so that'll take a bit to wear off and be a true test. Like, see if I shield that, then just attack. Of course, we have to lower our shield when needed so that we can actually replenish our stamina. I have to dodge. I'm not going to find out what happens if that hits me. So what if we just play extremely safe? Just go for one attack every time. Like, not even attack there because I was pushed away. Try strafing while shielding. Maybe that'll work. That time I had to dodge because my stamina bar was running out. So I will have to dodge if my stamina bar gets low. Oh, you broke it that time. Now, unfortunately, this might be the best way to do the fight because I don't know if he has a good way to break through my stamina bar, which would be very unusual for a boss. See, that time I did have to dodge though. Oh, okay, I did actually get hit, so now I will have to look for a healing chance. Let's wait till he's really far away, maximum distance away. See, that wasn't far enough away, now I'm dead. Oh no, I'm not dead yet. Now I'm dead. Oh, I thought I was dead, but I had like tiniest sliver of health left. So that's weird because usually when I just try to shield bosses, it doesn't really work. Like there's some sort of reason why it can't work to do the whole fight. But in this case, it might actually just work, and I'm not gonna hold myself back from doing the best strategy. You know, if like I'll hold myself back from using certain equipment, but like once I have my character set up, it's weird if like, you know, shielding is the best and then he just doesn't have something to break through. Now, granted, I did have to think about like when should I roll to get out of the combo, and I only know that as well as I do so few attempts in because of the practice session where I was sort of learning his attacks without attacking much. So there is still some skill and prediction in what I'm doing for sure. But let's see, maybe he has something that makes it not work that well. Maybe it's just that it takes a long time to win the fight that way. Anyone shooting at me while I'm trying to buff up? Okay, let's try the shielding strategy again. Only roll away when our stamina's in trouble, or when we're very confident we can roll. Oh, that is a grapple. Okay, that's good to know. And now his sword is like red. Huh. Is that like his phase 2 early or something? And I tried to heal and it didn't work. So obviously I'll have to roll to avoid that. Maybe the Fume Knight is just a better fight at having a varied strategy with depth when it comes to using a shield and rolling. Maybe this fight is better if I'm two-handed, as you know, in terms of how satisfying the strategy is. But I just want to see what happens if I genuinely try to kill him with just shielding. Maybe it just takes a long time. Because if you roll, you do get more opportunities to counterattack. The positioning and state of your stamina bar is not going to be as good as rolling in terms of just being able to apply damage quickly. And obviously strafing is way better than both shielding and rolling for counterattacking, because you're just in like perfect position with more stamina if you can do a successful strafe. Yeah, I know where you want to attack me. Alright, let's do this. This time, let's not get grappled. It's good that we know that it's a grapple. Just don't get hit by the glowy sword. See, rolling definitely lets you attack better after the charge. That time I have to dodge. My stamina's getting low. Do not get hit by that. Need a healing chance now. Oh man. Okay, gotta get really far away. Hard to tell when it's safe, dude. That would have been safe, but it wasn't projectile. Oh, I thought it was... Okay, so something I'm learning is that even if I try to shield stuff, eventually I'm going to get hit with something. Just one way or another, because you eventually have to roll away before your stamina bar runs out. So you can't shield everything. And then I will eventually get hit by something, because he'll start another attack quickly after I roll away. And so I actually don't think only shielding is the best strategy, which is a relief because I didn't want it to be, as I was continually discovering that when I tried to only shield, I was constantly getting pushed back instead of being able to go past him to get counterattack opportunities. And it was to the point where I'd be doing so much damage if I was so much more damage with a balanced approach, that instead of being a game of never mess up once and kill him super slow, like with shielding only, I can do damage fast enough to be able to make more mistakes, if that makes sense. It's like it's less pressure if you can do damage quickly. So I'm going to switch to a more balanced approach, but I'm going to feel more secure in doing that now that I tried to do it with only shielding, because now it's like, alright, I'm not just doing this for fun. This is the best chance for me to win. And it's hard to explain, but if I'm doing something just because it seems like it's kind of cool, it's harder for me to lock in. But if I explore the other options and figure out this is the best way to do it, for whatever reason it makes it easier for me to focus. It's like I'm trying my best, not just trying to look cool, which sort of locks me in mentality-wise. So now, with everything we've learned, let's try really hard to win using a balanced strategy of just, you know, balancing everything. Oh my gosh, if I can get to the freaking fight. Okay, I refuse to use up an Estus before even entering the boss room. Now they're gonna creep back and try to shoot me with their bow. I think that's intentional by the devs. They don't want you to take too long right here. So they give you a little time to run in safe. But they're like, we don't want you to prep up. Dude, I can't properly apply my freaking it's too frustrating standing here. I have to just enter the room. It is simply too annoying. I have to suck it up and just consume a heal, not buff properly. Okay, balanced approach. Healing and rolling. Maybe even strafing or shield strafing like with the Fume Knight. So much more fun when you have to decide whether to roll or block, not just only one. And I feel like that is sort of in line with the quick decision making I'll have to make during Sekiro. Also, that's not a safe healing chance. That was just lucky that I had time to do that. Nice. Beautiful. Definitely better to balance for my chance of winning than to only shield or only roll. I do so little damage though. I feel like it's not worth it going for life gems because I could die trying to heal. Better to just go for Estus chances. Take my chances in terms of running out of Estus. Okay, let's look for a healing chance. Okay, that worked. That might work every time, I'm not sure. If I don't wait, if I don't need to be standing up right away, if I roll and then still do it. If I'm really quick. Ooh, I don't know if that's safe though. Had to roll away, stamina bar was low. I feel like that was a healing chance. Cool thing is, if I start to feel nervous and like I'm not thinking straight, I can just shield a few attacks. So he goes for 2 sometimes? Okay. Ooh. Good thing I have good adaptability. Roll, stab. That time I just needed the mental break, so I shielded instead of trying to roll through it. Ooh, okay, it barely was in time. If you're not sure what to do, just shield. Do you have a phase 2? Maybe he pulls out that red sword that he did after he hit me with the grapple. Ooh, that's new. Uh-oh. So much for being able to strafe him. Definitely does not seem very strafable. Didn't shield in time, that's how fast it is. Okay, we need a healing chance. Healing chance needed. Ooh, I could have probably healed there. Oh, okay, I pressed... Oh, what the... Oh, it lagged my Estus. For some reason, I had to finish, like, an extra long, like, get-up animation or something for it to make me drink my Estus, but that was our best attempt yet. I would have done a lot more damage if the stupid guys right outside the boss room weren't shooting me with arrows as I'm trying to buff. Okay, this time, I'm gonna try applying one buff before entering the boss room and apply the other one right after I get in. Because I think I have time to do one buff. This is gonna have to be my last attempt before I have to split this into another part, because I can't risk having, you know, an episode get cut off because I'm in the middle of a fight or something. And it could definitely take more than like 10 minutes for the winning attempt if it takes me a while to get healing chances and whatnot. But this will be sort of the learning video. Oh man. This will be the learning video, and next episode will be the doing video, where I hopefully win. I'll probably make... So, I don't know if you noticed, but I usually make the thumbnail of the videos only show the boss if that's the time that I beat it. So, since Sir Alonne is going to be 2+ parts, 2+ videos, I'm not going to make him the thumbnail for this one because this is like learning him. So I'll probably make the thumbnail the run, something about the run back, because that was a part of this episode as well. So yeah, I'll see you in like 2 seconds.